Hello everyone, welcome to Halfbeard's HUD's Heads Up. Today we have the Testament of Sherlock Holmes, the latest adventure game in the surprisingly long-running Sherlock Holmes series. The last one was Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper, which some of you might have played, and now we have the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Interestingly enough, the first Sherlock Holmes game is coming to console, so we are obviously playing on the PC here, as I have a mouse cursor. Look at it go. We're just going to start a new game because the framing device for this game is really weird. Yep. I played maybe the first couple hours or so you won't have to watch me fumble too bad, because realistically I would. Because holy shit, is this game got some tricky puzzles. Oh yeah, also they do the developer logos when you press new game and not when you start the game, which is really weird. But whatever, fine, okay. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice not having to see this crap every time you start the game. That's actually pretty sweet. Also, here's a title screen, the one that you were just looking at. Enjoy. More importantly, though, here are some really creepy children who speak like crazy special monsters to tell you about how Sherlock Holmes is totally a book. Also, you may notice the frame rate for this game capped at 24 frames a second. Not unplayable, but odd. I did a lot of fiddling around with the graphics options to try to make it a little better for this recording, but it... Fuck that laugh. But it won't go above 24 frames a second for some reason. So, you know, that's a thing.
Ow! Ah!
These children they sound like monsters.
This?
Also, who just lets their children wander into the attic? Every house I've ever been in, the attic is not a place you want to just go hang out. It's dark and musty and filled with spiders and old shit. Not good. Not a place you just go let your children wander around in. Like God, you know, there's got to be one nail up there that's just a little out of place. Cut your finger on that and boom, polio. It's the nail that still has polio.
Ooh.
Then again, these children of the corn probably can't catch diseases. Yeah, this framing device is really weird. In the 2 hours I played, I've seen it pop up once more. Like, the game is, this is not a massive part of the game.
With a treasure map.
Yeah, that's obviously it's a weird book. It's totally, that's what it's gonna be, pirates.
No,
it's all it could be,
I don't
pirates.
think so.
Facial animations.
I wish that I had seen through all your
These
lies.
parts are really weird.
Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle.
And it's wholly unnecessary too. Is the
And
is
so
the
I
best
decided
part.
to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
CSI
It
Britain.
began early one morning in 1898 when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on
Yeah,
a
so
visit
it's
to
a
the
framing
Marquis
device
of
within a
Conyngham.
framing device. It is these children reading a book written by Watson. So I think Holmes looks pretty good. Like, those children are friggin' monsters, but Holmes looks really
Watson,
nice,
my
and
dear
Watson
fellow,
looks okay.
We can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Bain.
There's something weird going on with the lip syncing, though.
Have
Like,
you really solved
I
the
just
theft,
reading
Holmes?
the subtitles
so
and not
quickly?
looking at the mouse at all,
I
'cause
have
it'll
indeed,
screw with your
Watson.
head.
And believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Bain still does best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again, the outcome is...
There's something about the line
all
reading,
these
like this was
years
clearly
accompanying you upon your
animated in a
investigation,
different language,
I thought that by
and then
now I should be reasonably capable
like
of
they didn't take the
following
time
your
to
train of
re-lip
thought.
sync it
But in
for
this
the English
particular
voices, for the
case,
English
I
audiences. But
must
you know,
admit
whatever,
that I
it's fine,
don't
it works.
understand anything at all.
I'm a complete and utter
I see,
idiot.
but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference.
A few
All right.
seconds later, a fire has started inside the room, but the
In order to explain, let us confirm...
All right. So basically, I'm controlling Sherlock Holmes. I need to figure out what happened to the necklace that was in this case. I can walk around the Sherlock Holmes in this weird third-person view that controls kind of not great. I can also switch to a first-person view, which controls even more not great. because the mouse, for some reason, like the mouse sensitivity is like I got my mouse on the highest DPS setting it will go, and the mouse sensitivity feels really low. Like I really gotta crank that thing to turn around. So I just suggest going with the third mode, which is the hey, guess what? You're playing a fucking adventure game mode, in which you you know, point and click. See, look at me with all this totally working game. And then yeah, we're gonna try to figure out what happened to the Samoan necklace.
This window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work.
Yep.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint.
Tiny hole, fingerprint, no fingerprints. That's peculiar. Yup. And if it's green, it means you've looked at it. There's also like Sherlock Holmes sense, where it's not letting me do it for some reason. I think that means I've seen everything right now. Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to look at it again? This tutorial's being tutorially. Yep. Great. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, right. They want me to go near the left window. I have to do things in their way. And now I can look at this and it'll be like, there should be multiple things here. If I'm in that other weird mode, it'll show two things, and I have to decide which one I want to look at. This is much more the appropriate mode. As far as I know, this mode is not in the... I have no clue if this mode is in the console versions. I played with the controller just a little bit before this video, and it seems to auto go for that weird third-person mode, which is a way to do it, I suppose. Go grab my magnifying glass. My one problem with this game so far is I have not seen Sherlock Holmes wear his hat with the flaps. Also, Cyclic's inventory screen. Yeah, you get your inventory of stuff all in Watson's bag, because, you know, that motherfucker, he's got to carry all this shit. Sherlock Holmes doesn't carry stuff. Watson does. You can review all your dialogue. This is something for later. Deduction boards determine. That's not for this case. I'll show you that soon enough. Basically, it allows you to put your findings together and find logical conclusions. I don't remember what that is yet. These are your achievements. There are some interesting, like, there's really good achievement text for this game, because it all sounds like Sherlock Holmes speaking to you, which is an odd choice. All right. So I will say this for this game: for as much as there's some weird stuff with the graphics, like in terms of characters, the world in general looks really nice.
Let us examine the crumpled scores.
And just like they're nice, like there's stuff that's clearly drawn 2D stuff like this looks good. Okay, so we're gonna grab my magnifying glass and be like, hey,
these sooty
look at that weird sooty print
by a tiny hand.
Left.
I don't understand why these
left butt underpants gnomes. Alright, what else can we look at? Right. They're like, hey, go to first person mode and keep pressing the button. You can also run. Use Sherlock Holmes vision.
When the servants arrived at the door,
this door.
Yep. I just thought that Sherlock Holmes vision. Once it's charged up, you can press it and he'll be like, ah, I'm Sherlock Holmes, so I know everything already.
A candle. It must have fallen from the
I actually really like Holmes's voice actor.
Not very well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating on the surface.
He's very droll in a way I quite like.
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
Like, it's a little janky, but I think this game's got some interesting charm to it.
Hid himself.
It's kind of got a cool,
strange,
like Ace Attorney meets more traditional adventure game vibe to it. Also, the characters are good. Because it's nice to see Holmes act like just a total shithead dick, and Watson be an idiot and state the obvious. And people just like, there's very much the Dr. House scenario here of people don't believe him despite the fact he's fucking Sherlock Holmes. And why would you not believe him? It's obvious what he's saying is right. He's Sherlock Holmes. He's solved this 3 million times before. This is like the 7th game at this point, and he's Sherlock Holmes.
Put the fire out at once?
All right. So I need to find all the clues, and then somebody will come in, and I can start making assumptions. And yeah. I say some really dumb stuff, and then apparently I say some dumb stuff, and then the mystery's solved.
The fire started here.
Whoever pulled the cord.
There we go.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. You're
Inspector
already here.
Baines, my
Good morning,
friend
Inspector.
slash rival
You've
from the
arrived
police.
just in time.
It's kind of hard to tell because the British are so
Scotland
polite to
Yard
one
arrives like
another.
the cavalry, always
Or
in
at
the
least
nick of time.
people in Sherlock Holmes
Ah.
Britain are very polite to one
I know
another.
that's satisfying
But at the
to
same
you,
time,
Mr. Holmes.
very
Have
dry
you already
and
solved the
droll.
case?
You can't tell if they're insulting each other or not.
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat.
Look at my
What I
lips not
cannot
match my
understand
mouth movements at
is that
all.
when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
Alright.
I'm pleased to see that you
So,
find the
we wandered
situation
around,
amusing,
we kind of
Mr.
saw the
Dr.
stuff.
Watson
It was very
correct
clear
when he
that,
mentioned
you know,
acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat.
some stuff went
As for
on.
you, Baines,
Well,
you're
this,
quite incorrect, as the thief was in the...
Explain for...
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle
kind
of
of saw
a
that
man?
the necklace went missing and there was
No,
a lot of commotion in the room.
because
The
he
thief
is
doesn't
very
literally look like the
small.
thief ever,
Stop
you know,
teasing us, Holmes.
escaped through the window as is
Exactly,
suspected.
because he is small and remarkably agile,
You're thinking of a monkey?
Yes.
and a trained monkey at that, without a doubt.
How
A
he
Leontopithecus
gets the
roselia
fucking
from
like
Central America.
species from hey look paw
The
prints.
animal had been hidden inside
He's-
the room for several
Was Sherlock
hours,
Holmes a biologist?
calmly awaiting
I,
the signal
like
from
was that a
his
thing he
master.
did? I don't know.
Once
I
night
have not
had
read the
fallen
books
and
in
the room was
fucking
empty.
forever. I don't even know if
A
I ever did read the
high-frequency
books.
whistle
I have vague
alerted the
recollections of
monkey
books.
that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained.
Seems like
The
you could have said that in
monkey
like
emerged
7
from his
less
hiding
words,
place
Mr. Holmes.
and used the point of a diamond to open the glass
Uh-huh,
cabinet
yeah,
and
diamonds.
steal the necklace.
Mhm.
He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull.
I
thus
kind of
alerting
wish they had
house
done this all in
servants.
FMV like it
He
was a
then
CSI
went to the
episode,
window
because I think that
and
would have been
began
really
to
funny.
use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor.
Also,
before
I really,
hiding
or they had just
inside the
animated a monkey
chandelier,
doing all this, because
knocking
that would
over
have
a
also
candle.
been entertaining. I went up on the chandelier.
The servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we
Man,
unable to find
Spectre's
it?
got some stubble going
Because
on
we
there.
paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson, a poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces.
This I don't get, because
in
really,
England.
would a necklace falling into water, therefore
The
slowing
aquarium
its
is
descent,
just
would that
beneath the
really,
chandelier. I
that really
understand.
kill the,
The little monkey
would that really
had
kill a
likely
goldfish?
hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now.
Also, I love this. No, this expensive suit, fuck it. I don't care about my suit, I'm not gonna roll up my sleeves or anything. That's for idiots. Just gonna let my suit get all wet. Soak it in this goldfish poop. Now I'm gonna steal this
Marquis,
necklace.
Here is your necklace.
And also I'm here all of a sudden.
Just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant
I am the
demonstration
stereotypical
credits
rich
your
man
reputation.
with my
Thank you
curly
so much,
mustache and
Marquis.
top hat.
Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it.
He,
I've
he,
spent many
he's
hours
also a pawn
admiring
shop
it.
owner now.
Good. I will return it.
I'll give you $50 for it, sir.
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Uh-huh.
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr.
Alright. Harvey Dent, why don't you go off?
There, the necklace is in its box.
Me and Watson are gonna go back
Ah,
home
very
because we
well.
share
With pleasure,
an apartment
gentlemen.
for some reason.
And once again, thank you.
Was that a thing? I thought I could have sworn Holmes had like a house or a manor or something. An apartment? Because he lives in a friggin' apartment. Him and Watson. They share an apartment. which I don't know. There's something. I could have sworn they. I don't know. These things are probably accurate to the books. Again, I don't even know if I've read the books at this point. It's been so long. So really, this could be totally accurate, and I just learning things about Sherlock Holmes I didn't need to know. This tea smells off. Also, the room's popping in around me.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
If you insist.
They call you gay. Alright, where is this newspaper? There we are. So they're accusing me of stealing the necklace, just to not, so we don't have to read all that text. They're accusing me of stealing the necklace, because apparently the necklace is a fake.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert.
Also, the second article about
might be
the new king.
Well, that's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound.
So
to
I kind of don't understand their
As for the
relationship,
forgery of the
because
necklace, I
Watson
suspect
is
that we
clearly
shall
the
soon be
straight
enlightened in
man,
this regard.
but Holmes
Come in,
also
Inspector
seems to be
Baines,
playing the
door's
straight
open.
man. Like, they both seem to be
Mr.
completely
Holmes.
at
How
odds
did you know I was here?
with
You are one of
incredulosity.
our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs,
God
at your
damn,
belt,
Sherlock Holmes really was
to what we owe
just
the pleasure of your
18,
visit,
was really
Inspector.
was just like
Have you read
19th
that,
century
Dad?
house, wasn't he? Also, yeah, class effect. This is apparently what conversation wheels looked like in 1898.
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm.
Can't that wait?
I have to go to some other thing.
Inspector, can you explain this slander?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information.
The necklace is of...
Mr. Holmes, though, in any case,
Let's return...
All
It
right,
is
I want to skip ahead. We're just gonna
Inspector,
skip ahead to
in any case,
verifying the
it is
necklace. Yeah.
perhaps.
Because that's actually kind of cool.
And the marshal.
Yeah, the lady's very disappointed because she needs a necklace to get married because it's part of her dowry.
My guest.
All right, where is it? There it is. I actually think this is pretty cool, so we're gonna see what examining the necklace is like. They do a really good job of kind of giving you interesting mini games to kind of do things like this. I'm trying to examine
These 3 pearls are of poor
whether the necklace
quality.
is a fake or not. Like this one here.
This pearl is too
Feels too small.
small. It is not in its.
This one's
pearl is a
weird.
different color.
This is a very
Too many
bad
defects.
forgery.
This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended.
Let
for
me
it
say
to be
again,
seen
I
as
like the
such.
voice acting
How
here.
could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation?
Like,
don't
especially
understand.
Holmes, which that's the
Yes,
important one.
How is it possible? Holmes,
I have absolutely.
All right,
You make.
let's move on to another mystery.
you mentioned...
Yep. Ah, what am I doing? Oh right, I need to go get him. They switched your control to Watson sometimes. It's really weird. I need to go get Holmes' map of London.
I have found your...
Yes, map of London. We're gonna go speak to some papists. The Diocese of Knightbridge. Man, this is so much easier now that I know all the answers and where everything is.
The police.
We're gonna talk to this creepy
Already?
slender guy.
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Let me do these incredible hand motions.
Yes, of course.
My hands are everywhere. I don't know
Come
what
in.
to do with them when I talk.
What has happened, Reverend?
Seriously, where's his hat? What's with this
What?
top hat? Bullshit. You're Sherlock
don't know.
Holmes.
It was last
Where's the
night,
deerstalker?
I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre
So, yeah, the guy we were going to meet,
Look,
he ain't doing too good.
Appallingly mutilated.
how dreadful.
mutilated and killed.
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please
I haven't had time to do an
note this down.
doctor.
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and
And
In
this
that case, I
guy's
must
like
ask
apparently
you to
just
leave.
like,
I'm not
you're not the
detecting anything.
police.
I
Get
must
the
get
hell
in
out
touch
of
with the
here. And
authorities
Sherlock
without
Holmes is like,
further delay.
motherfucker, I'm Sherlock
Reverend,
Holmes.
when the
Out of the question. I don't even know you.
Yep.
Yes, Holmes. What?
Now let's do some CSIing in here, and this is the deduction board. So we've been told that the bishop did not have any money and wouldn't really have anything of worth around, you know, nothing. And they're like, hey, what's going on with that? And once we find other pieces, we'll be able to make assumptions based on those pieces and deductions and elementaries and all that crap. Okay. So, once it's done auto-saving, there we go. Let's get to it then. We control Sherlock Holmes, and we can look at stuff.
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out...
Okay, and you can see stuff down
A
there.
broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety. It would seem that the...
We can look at the bishop, and we can do this, like, up-close, friggin' L.A. Noir...
His feet have
Kind of reminds me
been
actually of those CSI adventure games.
My first impression...
You!
Also, ew, a finger.
Apparently it doesn't belong.
How dread...
And you can kind of look at stuff down
These
here.
burn.
Okay, we've seen everything there is. Oh,
This poor man...
To stop him from walking, certainly.
alright. So we have seen what's going on with him this way. Now why don't we get a look at his midsection. Look at what they did to his fingers, the poor
A
guy.
piece of rope that was used to tie... The fingers have been...
My God, Holmes, this man
Like,
was
they
horribly
were,
tortured.
they did some nasty shit to this guy. Like, they've done... The team at
His
Frogwares
forearms
has
have
done
been
some
ripped.
interesting
Pieces of
things
skin
to
have been torn
make
off. What do you
violence
think,
look
Watson?
violent.
I'd say that...
So, bite marks. You can also
The fingers have been crushed.
notice that his hands are just
His
righteously
stomach
fucked
is
up.
covered in scratches.
So, these wounds...
Alright, we got the fact that his stomach is all screwed up as well. And let's take a look at his upper body.
His chest has been...
He's been all cut up,
You can see by his...
His mouth is covered in blood.
mouth covered in blood.
My dear
He's got
friend,
skin in his teeth.
That's
Makes me think that he gnawed at his face, at his arms, I mean. And now that we've got some more information, why don't we try going back to the deduction board?
something is missing here.
There's plenty
Oh,
of
yes?
things missing here.
His shoes. Watson,
So we now know he's missing his shoes. So let's go to our deduction board, because I think this system is actually really quite interesting. So now we see that he doesn't have nothing there. We know what his shoes are missing. So that's an interesting thing to note. We also know he was tortured. And we know the bishop gnawed at himself. Alright, now there's more stuff over here.
watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide...
Yes, if you know how to make
What I
them
love
talk.
is he brings out his
It's child's play, Watson.
his magnifying
We will
glass
begin by
there. It's
excluding
not in my
contaminating
inventory, and I
prints,
can't
which
use
are
it
yours
damages
and
right
mine from
now.
where we...
Except for this one. But again, not in my inventory. So now I need to figure out what's going on here.
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe. A fragment of stone. Peculiar. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
Okay. And then we take this and we go
Size 9.
and watch him sound like a very unhappy shoe
Size
salesman
9.
who deals with people who have size 9 feet all day.
Size 9.
Size 9,
Size
9 and a half. Size 9.
Size 9.
Alright. Now that we've gotten all the
Size
information, we
9
can
and a
answer
half.
these questions. So how many criminals were there? Give me a second. There were 3 criminals. I don't remember.
Perfect.
And apparently,
We now
if you get it
know
wrong,
that
it's
there
like,
were
no, no,
3
no, that's not
crooks.
right. Doesn't tell you what, or, doesn't give you any information as to why he might know that's not right. He's just like, no, that's not right. And you have to do it again. And what do the footprints reveal? One man left the room wearing
Strange,
different
but true.
shoes.
One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again.
So,
Alright, but more importantly, that now allows us to make an interesting deduction. So now we see that the bishop's shoes are missing. He didn't own anything of value. And we also know that one of the murderers left in different shoes. So we can assume then that one of the murderers left wearing the bishop's shoes, meaning the murderers are most likely poor. That kind of system is fun, and then later I will learn some other interesting things here that tell me that with these guys being poor and not exploring other avenues to steal a bunch of stuff, especially with the bishop himself being poor, that they were most likely not here to steal, but to kill the bishop. That was their end goal. It's deduction, elementary, and all that. What is that? Double click sometimes.
A broken phial. And blood near the
Sounds like he's gonna cough on that word.
Strange smell.
So we've found an odd vial with chemicals and stuff. Let's look in here. It's in here. The bishop is doing some bad stuff.
No, it is a discipline.
Well,
It's a
I guess for
silice
Catholic
designed to
guys,
brute
it's fine,
this
but
very
still.
pious man must have had.
What is that?
This metal rod is for fastening the chilies.
Man, I will never get the whole self-punishment thing.
The picture of Peregrine.
The bishop of...
Yep, more Englishy stuff. This frame rate's a bummer.
Closed.
And
Never
again, I
door
fiddled with it
hasn't
to try to
been
make it
forced.
better, but it's generally
Strange.
sits at about
Reverend,
24, drops a
might I have
bit.
the key?
No! You have no...
Perhaps we should...
Yeah, the Reverend's not a fan of us. Keep looking around. I don't know if we'll finish this room, but we
There
might
isn't
just continue to explore a little bit, do more deductions, because I think that's really the funnest part of this game. And there's just, I don't know, there's a lot I like about this. So we realize the verandas would search, which means the murderers were looking for something specific. Which means they were Bishop's murderers were hired by somebody. And the fact those are all green, Sherlock is just like, yeah, that's totally cool, man. He was mortifying himself. He was used to pain, which means the bishop resisted torture. Also, we found an odd flask. The flask has some blood at the top. We're gonna say the murderers made the bishop drink the contents of the flask. Okay, and is there anything else in this room I need to do before I can tell you to, you know,
You have no right...
fucking book it? Oh, I gotta look at.
The picture of
No.
The bishop...
This is what I want to look at. This odd safe.
I need.
This is the
Reverend,
puzzle for
I'm
later.
missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No! Go to the devil!
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary
But,
instruments.
just to let you know, I do have the
If I have to
key,
give it to
but you know,
anyone,
whatever,
it will
man.
be
I'm not
to a
giving it to you.
represent-
All right.
This door has.
To His Excellency's...
And it's just like, hey,
The bishop's.
jack shit in here. Yup. What else is here? Sherlock sense. That's really useful, the Sherlock sense thing. It's also really dumb.
This stove. This.
Ah, yes, there we go.
There is blood. This paperweight.
Okay. That everything? I'm trying to remember what I'm missing.
You have no right to...
Nothing there. Let's go over here then. Oh. Gotta try to get in the veranda.
Closed.
Okay. Okay, now I tried that. Thank you, man. Oh. Try using the lockpick to get in the metal stick as a lockpick to get in there.
Closed.
No, they're not letting me do that because people are still here. Let's talk to Watson then.
Let us look at our.
Okay. Ah. Where's right able to open the safe? The murderers didn't get what they wanted.
It is evident that the Bishop
There
of
we
Knightsbridge's
go.
killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it.
And I'm telling you once more...
Very well.
And again, this
we
guy's
have reached an
like,
impasse.
I
You are a
understand
stubborn
your
man,
hesitation,
Reverend.
sir.
Watson,
but
accompany our friend
Sherlock
to the
Holmes.
police station and return with Inspector.
I imagine he's rather popular
At
in your
last.
social circles at
Now
this
I can
point. You
continue
think
my
you might be like,
investigation.
oh, Sherlock fucking Holmes. Okay, yeah, alright, I'll let you do this then. Okay, so this is probably where we're gonna cut it, because this This puzzle screwed me up last time when I couldn't figure it out. But this is a good way for me to explain the interesting get out of puzzles free card that's in this game. So I need to figure out a way to get through this lock with this pin.
That's not right. Starting.
Got to maneuver it into such a way as to make it work.
That's not right.
And I didn't manage to figure out the first time. And I'm certainly not going to figure it out this time. So this is what I thought looked right the first time I tried it, but wasn't right. That's this. Let's try this.
That's not right.
No, he says no. Let's try that.
That's not.
Alright, so you can just click validate a lot, and then eventually... It might be a time thing. Eventually it will let you skip the puzzle. Apparently it's not by pressing validate a lot. You just gotta keep trying it for a while, and then eventually the skip puzzle thing will come up, which is nice.
That's not.
I tried that already, didn't I?
There we are. It is simplicity itself.
Or that totally works, I guess. Really?
There isn't anything
okay,
much
sure.
in this room.
I don't understand how that works. But sure, whatever.
An ink stain, quite fresh. This stain is just on the edge of the rug. Let's see.
I like how he reaches down, but the rug moves beforehand.
Yet the ink.
Alright. So we're gonna make this incredibly simplistic deduction of, oh god, the ink stain's over here. Someone moved this rug, guys.
This inkwell, the inks.
Yep, alright. Great. Move the rug out of the way. Do another puzzle I'm really bad at. This game is full of a lot of mini-gamey puzzles, which...
I need some.
Alright, I need something. And they're like hard mini-gamey puzzles. Like these are...
This horse.
Yep. Yep, pick up that horse piece. Pick up that knight. Use the rules of chess to do a thing.
This message was...
Alright, where is it in my inventory? I wish the inventory system was a little better. I mean, you can't activate it with the wheel, which is what I should be doing, but I go to menus. So basically they want you to use the rules of chess to figure out the path. And here's the annoying thing. So you can just go through the entire thing using the Sherlock sense, which will give you like the next good place to go. But if you just do that over and over again, it won't actually lead. It doesn't actually give you the next place to go in like a pre-placed set. It's just like, no, you can go to this spot. This spot will totally work for you know, the night. Not no, this is the actual spot you need to be going to. So I tried that a couple times and ended up fucking things up pretty consistently. This is not an easy puzzle. Like I feel really dumb. This game makes me feel really dumb. But I kind of like it because it does. So I'm just gonna keep going around in circles until Sherlock Holmes goes, no, I can't do that. That doesn't work. And then start over again. Because I'm all, you know, it's what Sherlock Holmes does. He just does things over and over again until it gets right. He'll do it soon enough and be like, no, that doesn't work. Or watch me get this one right. Yeah,
right.
There we go.
Start again.
But I like that it doesn't just immediately start you again. It sits you here until you press the freaking the replay button. 6 cents. Do I have anything here that'll help me? Matches. Nope. Okay. Why don't we go this way? And then how about this way? We'll do this a few times until this skip button comes up. Because I do want to just kind of show how that skip button comes up. I don't really know exactly how it works, honestly, for the skip button to show up. I don't know if it's a time thing. I don't know if it's a just a matter of tries thing. I just know that, thank God, there's a skip system. A hint system would be better, but hey, you know, you don't always get what you want. So that's... I can already tell.
That's not right.
Yep. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Watch me move the horsey. Yup. Playing a video game. This is what video games are like. Now whatever, I think this game's actually kind of cool. I don't want to rag on this game. I actually think it's got some... It's totally got some actual merit. I wasn't really expecting it to be as interesting as it was, but it totally is. And I think it, like... Here's the thing. this is actually like something there's space in the market for. Like I think Sherlock Holmes is a character that is underexploited in media in general. Like at least the classic Sherlock Holmes. Don't that fucking bullshit Robert Downey reimagining.
That's not
Not
right.
a fan of that. But you know, the classic Sherlock Holmes style, I don't think that's exploited enough. And video games in particular, I think are a great place for that character, just because, you know, problem solving, man. Like problem solving, that kind of very video gamey style of deduction is perfect for the character and perfect for the medium. So the fact that they don't combine as often as you might think is kind of sad. So to see something like this where it is all that is kind of nice, and I think it looks really good. Like I think this game, for again, as really weird as some of those as some of the character animations are, especially that awkward stuff with the little kids, which really, whose idea was that? No, that's not right. Oh, okay. No, that's not right. Oh, I'm confused. Have I possibly figured it out?
That's not
There
right.
we go. I like how far look how far they let me go before, you know, telling me no. You couldn't tell me sooner, guys. I mean, come on. But yeah, like I think this is a good place for Sherlock Holmes. I'm always been kind of interested to see more of that character in such a universe. Yep. Also, I'm pretty good at screwing up his cases because his cases are hard. Just moving this horse around. There's something I want to show later, because which is why I am taking the time to absolutely dick around in this. Eventually it will let me skip past this.
That's not right.
But god damn it. It's taking a sweet fucking time. I might even cut out this. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
This last piece.
I like
should
that
be
again.
the
They
good
don't show you the
one.
solution. They're
It
just
will
like
have to
move it
be
to the middle.
pulled
Oh,
free.
green. Whatever, man. I might cut out that whole section later. We'll find out. So now that works, I can use my. Oh, why am I doing this? Use the mouse wheel like it was intended. Use my pocket knife. No. Pry up that. Grab these letters and find out that,
packet of
hey, the Reverend, he totally likes himself some lady parts, despite the fact he's a Reverend and he shouldn't be having the sex, and he's got a kid and all that. We're gonna blackmail him.
Watson, you were gone a terribly long time, and Inspector Baines isn't with you.
I'm afraid not, Holmes. We were unable to find him.
Dr. Watson would not allow me to contact any inspector other than...
My dear
And
Reverend,
again,
I
hands
noticed that you
everywhere.
have a chess lover.
You are an...
As you might...
Letters?
Reverend, why
Alright,
hide these
come
letters
on, let me
here
skip
and
through
run the
this.
risk of the bishop finding them?
Holmes, what's in the letters?
Because I want to show you guys
Not now,
the clue analysis section
Where else could...
The
after this,
contents
which
of-
I think is actually
Out of
quite
the
interesting. Alright, we're just
Do
going to
you
threaten you.
understand?
What?
Think for...
Not me.
I think so, yes.
Yes, until
A position...
they will never...
But of course they...
You. You
Awesome.
have won.
Great.
Evidently,
So
as
I
I
figured out the
always do.
thing that
What? His
makes him
nephew came
give
to
me the
see him yesterday.
stems.
Do you know why?
I don't think so.
Do you know the...
No.
Interest.
I've
Because
I'm
last
afraid
time
not.
I talked with
Alright.
him,
Now we can open
he
this
did not give me the stems I needed. In fact, I had to look around the entire goddamn place for them. But now I have them. There are these things here, and I have to solve this puzzle. Thankfully, I already know how to solve this puzzle. Now, here's the interesting thing. They don't tell you what the end goal is for any of these puzzles. They're just like, open this chest with these pins, and you're like, how? And they're like, no, we don't go that far. What you have to do here, for people who are wondering, you have to place a pin. You have to place all 6 pins on the board, but no pin can be in the same row as another pin, or the same, like, diagonal color line as it, like, they can't be in the same diagonal, horizontal, or vertical as another pin. So, yay. And I'm trying to remember how I did this last time, but it shouldn't take me too long to figure out. So, and we put this on. And then we'll put that on there. And then we put this on there. Nope. Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. Put that on. No, not there. Not there. Oh, no, not there. There we go. Now I just need to find a place here. So one obviously can go there. Oh, no. Oh, right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Fuck. There. There. And then... There. No, what's going... Oh, right, yeah. Diagonals. Fuck those diagonals. That's no. Oh, right. Verticals. Fuck. No, that doesn't work. I can make this work, damn it. I've done it before. I can figure this out. I'm not stupid. Just kinda stupid. Okay. Fuck. No, that doesn't work either. No, that doesn't work either. Okay. Fuck, I can figure this out. There's one in all these rows, so it can only go in these 2 rows. It can't go... This strikes me as somewhat impossible. Okay. There we go. Just a little rejiggering is all that's needed. I can figure this out. This is totally doable. This is totally doable. Yep. Yup. Okay, so if I were to put this there, and then I can place this one right there, there, there. Maybe the thing to do here then would be to move that. That way it can't go there. And then... So the beauty of this one is at least I know what I'm supposed to be doing, which is more than I could say for the last one I did. We move this one here. Okay. No, that can't go there. But it can go... there. Then here. It's smart to alternate is what I learned. Yes. No. Yes. Maybe? No. Possibly. There. Damn it. Okay. I will figure this out. This is totally doable, and I'm just making it harder than it actually is. Okay. That's the problem here, is I'm making it harder than it needs to be. I'm making it harder than it needs to be. Okay. I eventually managed to figure this out by essentially clicking on stuff a lot. Two left is a pretty good sign. Just need to figure this out. I don't understand what went wrong there. Oh, yeah, never mind, I totally do. Alright, yeah, I'm actually totally cool with that. And then... Oh, you know what? Maybe I do remember how to do this. Maybe I totally do remember how this works. Yeah! Yeah! I kinda remember what to do here. No. There. You know what? Let's skip the puzzle. There you go.
Here we are.
That's totally not how I
I'm
solved it the
eager
first
to
time.
discover what remarkable treasure could justify such an act of barbarity.
Extraordinary. This chest is impenetrable. How is it possible? No one other than the bishop should be able to open it.
I have the
You
magic
open
of
the
skip the
chest
puzzle,
with this
dude.
I've seen
Come
and heard
on.
quite-
Catch him, Watson.
What the?
Run.
Alright, that guy goes running off. Watson goes catch him. And yeah.
It isn't.
What have you found in the...
The Reverend was telling the truth. Nothing.
So,
By
Yeah.
the time the police...
Nothing good in the chest. So let's get the fuck out of here before the police get here and get all mad at us for being awesome at our jobs. Go back to 2021 Baker Street, or 221 Baker Street, because that's what numbers are. And then we're gonna show the. I know this is a long video. This is not the quickest heads up we've ever done. But hey, I think this game's interesting. I want to show more of it. Also, there's goofy stuff, and I like making fun of goofy stuff. But the actual, like, the clue analysis stuff is genuinely interesting, and I want to show that. So that's why I'm making the time to do it all.
We have crossed.
Watson.
Yep. Oh, God. Frame rate. Auto-saving. There we go. Analyze clues. So we see here we got our clues. What should we start with? Why don't we start with the piece of rope?
That
and you
a
can
lot of
pinches.
black and this rope. This rope.
And then you can take the dirt.
This fragment of
So
this stone.
I just like this
appears to
idea
be
of like
the
you
same
have all
as
the
those found
tools and
within
you get
the
to figure out
rope's
what you're doing with it. Okay, so we're gonna use this brush.
stone is the fragments found in the rope and this piece of ground.
Okay. Look at this horrible finger.
Black and damp earth under the nail.
Make sure to
I must
grab that.
compare the samples of earth that I found. Tooth marks, rather deep ones. Fragments of skin.
Bite marks on this severed finger.
And then it pops out here
The
for a
thieves
second.
didn't get what they wanted.
And the poor man.
Watson, I am certain that there is something
And
written
then
on
lastly
this
we have
scalpel.
this scalpel. Like I like this idea of analyze stuff.
Ah, I can make out. How many hospitals are there in the Whitechapel area, Watson? Yes, we must think on how best.
So we know that it's from Whitechapel because apparently they engraved their scalpels, I guess. And now we pop out of here quickly. And we're
I
going to
can
look
analyze.
at this as well. Oh, apparently they want me to do deduction board quickly first. Okay, we pop into our deduction board and we say, we already got that one done. We got that one done. Go look at the finger. Now he tore the aggressor's fingers off of his teeth. Which, we can find out that he... But it doesn't say that's right, so Bishop went mad? We don't know. Something's odd here. And then I should have... Flask. Can now analyze a flask, figure out what it is. This is like a weird little mini game they do, but we're gonna figure out what it is. We're gonna figure out what the what was in this flask by first putting in that stuff into the water, putting the water in, and then rotating all these different weird colors and calculating the stuff that happens on top. So 2 greens, a blue, and a brown. 1, 2. There we are. Spin it. Do it again. It's just like a weird, mundane little mini game, but it feels as close to like how a 19th century CSI man, whatever the term for a forensic scientist would be in the 1900s. It seems as close as to what they would, be doing to figure it out. So I think that's kind of cool. Again, good art. Like, there's just something really kind of interesting about this game. Like, it's mundane, and I wasn't paying attention. It's mundane, but also kind of cool, and I just genuinely like it. I will say the only real problem I have with it is it's kind of pricey. It's $40, which, I mean, this is a full retail release. There's a console, and there's a console version of this as well. It's also, I'm assuming, $40, probably 60 actually, because it's on the console.
Poison.
So
apparently very
that's
virulent.
not uncommon, but that still seems like a lot.
Poison.
All right, so we know it was poison.
Have you been
Not with any certain,
a chemist?
as you say.
So now we're controlling Watson. We need to find him his monograph of prisoners or poisoners or something. It's this thing on the table. We need to find him this thing on the table. And we're like, hey, stuff.
Read the paper.
Or is it... Oh no, it's just a paper. Where's the thing I'm looking for? Is it over here? We need to find him a book of... Oh no, maybe it's over here. Yeah, the thing I'm looking for right now is over here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Learning about poisoners. And we need to go back to back to
According
Holmes,
to these
and he's like,
documents,
"Hey, poison
Is
guys."
he at liberty?
Happily, no.
Then he can.
Don't.
Now we control Sherlock Holmes again, and we have to sit back at the desk.
I must compare.
So we need to mix these things.
And if I mix.
So this seems weird.
Now,
So to compare the
let's all
dirt,
be
he
stirred.
mixes the dirt together.
The samples of
And it's
earth
like, yep,
taken from
that
both
all looks like the same
fingernails
dirt.
and from the ropes.
That doesn't make any
originate
sense
from
to
the
me. When
same
it's like,
place.
yeah, it looks like the
How
same
do you
dirt because
know?
you just mix it
We
all
put just a
together.
little water to analyze the consistency. The soil has retained its.
This soil,
The banks of the
a trench,
a pit. Watson, bring me your red.
studying.
Indeed.
I'll get it.
And now we have to control Watson. I think this is really weird because, like, why isn't Watson getting the book just like a little cutscene? Or why doesn't Holmes get his own goddamn book? But no, Holmes is too fucking busy to get his own stupid book. Watson has to go get it for him. Because Holmes is just a lazy prick. Oh, where is it? Not here. That fucking book is around here somewhere. It's on a shelf.
Hospital. I have.
Good.
Yeah, see, put us on the work table. No, I'm not gonna come up and get it, or thank you for doing a good job. Just, you know, bring it over here.
Holmes's home.
There we go, put
Here
it on
is
the
a
table.
section showing why all we need to do is to find a hospital.
Shall I flip the
or
pages for
public-
you too, sir?
I haven't finished my.
Sit back down at the table! Because now we can kill Sherlock Holmes again. And now we figure out which one is the Whitechapel Dispensary by doing some more deducing. So the rope is only worn on one side, meaning it was always used on the same side. Damp earth. We've said it is from a pit. Fragment of black granite. Probably comes from a monument painted black. Probably used to lower something into a pit. And most likely the earth and the stone are from a pit near the monument, leading us to believe that this stone, the earth, the rope, and the fragment of granite come from a grave. And most likely that means the clinic is near a
Now
grave.
I can make the right decision.
Some of you might be saying, why is a tombstone factory valid? Because where would the dirt from a grave be at a tombstone factory? So we say, hey, this one near the cemetery, that's totally it. And then the frame rate dies because probably I'm running. Yeah, well, it seems probably was more than a fair assumption. Out of hard drive space again. But that's okay. We were kind of at the end of what I wanted to show anyways, so no complaints from me. That was the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. You can pick it up right now on Steam for $40. It's also available on the 360 and the PS3 in a box put up by Atlas. I'm assuming you can find it in a store. So yeah, as always, this has been Halfbeard's HUD, and this has been the Testament of Sherlock Holmes, and we're out.